we could ask this question. And this is something I could have a whole podcast episode about. Was how fucking vintage cartoons specifically from the year 2003 were. How there are like some really damn good ones. So I could ask, what is your favorite cartoon that you watched from 2003? And then you could try to guess a cartoon, and I could tell you if it's from 2003, or we could look
I-
at the Wikipedia page on cartoon.
I've already
I'd rather look it up.
Does it have to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
2003 or can it be like 2004?
It could be around that area of time, but
I have
the
my answer.
weird thing that I've found is that
I know your answer.
I know you.
2000 you know how
Oh,
people
Clone Wars.
say like yeah okay, well okay, you know how people say like, oh, someone drinks some wine and they're like, oh yes, the 1610 Merlot, what a good year, a good vintage, and then they're like, oh yes, like 1984, like a good year for film. Like 2003 was like an excellent year for like American / Canadian / French, because Code Lyoko's in there. Year for animated kids shows.
I know about
It was also a really good year for video games, honestly.
Yeah.
I know about 5 of
Are
them.
we ruling out Teen Titans?
No.
Well, that is an obvious example. So like list.
Dude, Billy and Mandy came out in 2003.
Yeah.
Whoa, came out.
No, I was just looking at that. That is like the archetypical Korean show. They had a statue in the airport when I got
Is
there.
it
I think it's Japanese.
No,
actually.
it's Korean. Fuck you.
Bobo?
Oh really? It's a Korean
No.
anime?
Pororo is Korean. Believe me.
Wait, Bobo?
They plaster him everywhere and are proud of it.
I don't think we're talking about the same thing. What are you
I
talking
said
about?
Pororo.
No, I'm saying Bobo.
Oh, is Bobo on there? Sorry.
Bobo.
The one
That
where
is
the guy kills people with his nose
Yeah, that was
hairs.
pretty sweet. That was 2003?
Yeah, apparently.
that was
If I have to pick just in 2003, I have a second answer.
Okay.
But my first answer is technically from 2004.
which is
Actually, I have a couple from
I
2004.
want to know your 2004, but we need to hear a 3.
Yeah, let's go through 3, and if you want, if there's one in an adjacent year that you also want to shout out,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
a
do
good
that as
idea.
well.
Like, does it
Sounds
have to start in 2003?
I think so. Yeah.
I just googled it.
Guns.
Whose favorite 2003 show was Jacob Tutu?
That was such a weird one. I saw that by accident once or twice, and I was like, what is this?
Oh my god. I don't know what Kid Notorious is, but it's gonna be my rap
I don't
name.
know. All of this looks crap for anime. I could be wrong.
there's some
No,
good stuff in here.
they had a remake of they had a
You know
remake of the original anime Astro Boy in 2003, and it's beautiful.
Is it worth anything?
Beyond? Yes, it's
What?
beautiful.
It looks terrible.
What are you talking
But
about? It does not look terrible. You haven't seen it.
I said looks, not is.
Oh my gosh, Futurama died in 2003. It makes me sad.
Let's see.
Okay, are we all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You can go ahead and start if you have an
Shoot.
answer. Holy crap! My Life as a Teenage
All right.
Robot was 2003.
Yeah, so that was my answer, by the way.
Well, perfect.
My Life as a Teenage Robot, although Lilo and Stitch the series is also right there with it. I think they were both incredible.
I'm gonna go ahead and do mine. There's only one. Even though there's some cool stuff, I can't not choose the Clone Wars. It was beautiful and great, and it was everything I wanted out of Star Wars, and I'm a fan.
It's pretty mind-boggling to me that Clone Wars started in 2003, because my brain almost refuses to think of it as that old. Like, I'm fine thinking of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the 2003 one,
That's
as that
my
old.
answer.
which is my answer. One of my answers as well, I
Oh,
would say.
good.
And like, because it's just so excellent. But like, it's wild to think about that, especially when like yesterday, like my roommates like watching Bad Batch and like season 7 came out like like a couple years ago or whatever. Like, I'm like that series, Clone Wars, being that old is pretty
Yeah.
wild to me. Um,
I didn't
yeah.
watch.
Oh yeah, that's a vibe.
I didn't watch any of Clone Wars till I was an
Too.
adult. So
Man.
Are we allowed to say anime?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay, then my pick is probably if we aren't counting Teen Titans, because I was obsessed. I was on the forums. I was role playing all of that
oh,
stuff. I'm going to say Full Metal Panic Fumofu,
okay.
Oh yeah. The Full Metal Panic series is great.
but especially
Um,
Fumofu, which I think might have been the first one I saw. Weirdly enough, but
Yeah.
basically for those who aren't familiar, like the whole concept
Yeah.
is that this like kid is like a child soldier who pilots a robot, and it's this weirdly semi-realistic like military story where he's like this mercenary saving this girl and stuff. But Fumofu
Yeah.
was the purely comedic like episodic like spin-off, and the
Mhm.
joke of that show was primarily that he was at a school and he like fought people with like guns and grenades and stuff. And so
Yeah.
like he would just like shoot people like at school, and like that was the joke.
And that could be a joke back then. I mean, it could still be a joke in Japan because what do they care? But like, yeah, no, seriously. And like now I'm looking through the anime and it's pretty wild. The F-Zero anime came out
Yes,
that year as
GP
well,
Legend.
which is such a crazy anime. Like, oh my god. And then like also this is not something I watched back then, but I'm not surprised it came out then. If you wanna feel bad and be edgy, you should also watch Gunslinger
Oh,
Girl.
that was. Yeah, I knew somebody that was their favorite show. It's.
I couldn't make it through an episode. That's just me.
I was the same.
Last
I knew it had to have
Exile.
value. I just. It wasn't the right time to watch it. It was so slow
That
and.
was Sonic X
I was
came
gonna-
out in 2003.
I was gonna say Sonic fucking X.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was between Ninja Turtles and Sonic X, and I think I liked both of them. I watched all of both of them, I think. I don't know if I think I watched the end of. Wait a second. Kirby Right Back at You. When did that came out?
It wasn't on the list, so I don't think it was. I think that was probably 2002.
So the 2004 show that totally blows everything out of the water, of course, is Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom.
Yeah. It's okay. I've tried to watch
Oh no!
I've okay, but listen,
You
I'm
have insulted
I'm
your
sure
honor.
I would have loved. I'm sure that if I gave it more of a chance, I would love it. And if I had watched it back when I was a kid, I would have loved it. But I've since tried to watch Danny Phantom once, and I just kind of fell out of it.
Nope, it's incredible. You're wrong. I'm sorry. I will die on this hill.
I'm absolutely like I'm absolutely willing to accept me being wrong, potentially in that regard, because
Good.
I know a lot of people love it, and I'm probably just an idiot. Also, I'm looking through the list, and I'm like, holy crap! Zatch Bell and Wolf's Rain came out in 2003.
I came really close to
Um,
saying Zatch Bell because that surprisingly kicks ass.
I forgot about Zatch Bell.
Yeah. Also, Wolf's Rain is big crying vibes.
I just saw a thing like of that, and I was like, I never saw that, and I wanted to.
I just heard it was
Also-
really sad, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's one of those like ones that'll come up like if you have a big enough list. Like, so when I got into anime, I like found a big list of on in an IGN article, and it was like 100 anime you have to see before you die.
100 would you say?
and I watched like every single one of
What's
them.
wrong with you?
So that's your character origin story. That makes sense.
Pretty much, yeah. And then also Shaolin
Yeah, I saw
Showdown
that.
came out in
Oh my
2003.
That's the only one on this list that I actually followed regularly when it came out. I watched others sporadically or later on, but that's the one I did then.
Uh-huh. Like it's amazing. I think that 2003 resonates. Like I think objectively, it's just like has such a like an impressive list, but also it resonates with me a lot as like almost like the genesis point of like really quality cartoons, because it's like well, you know, like with how old I am, like some people in here are a little older than me, some people are a little younger than me. For me, it was like when I started looking at the television and generating conscious thought in response to it, that was kind of the year.
So if we're gonna talk about best anime from 2003, that's when Full Metal Alchemist came out in Japan.
Yeah.
What?
So
Yeah, I prefer Brotherhood.
But
I mean, I do
you
too.
still have to
I do too.
recognize
But
it.
Brotherhood wouldn't
Oh,
have happened if
yeah.
not for Full Metal Alchemist.
You have to
I
recognize
mean, the manga, though.
it's one of the kings. And it's king for
Well,
a
she
reason.
wasn't even done with the manga when the first anime was coming out, and
Yeah,
then she
that's
said,
true.
"Hey, I need to finish I need to finish the manga," and they were like, can we keep going with the anime?" And she was like, "Fine." And I remember she was like, "Yeah, where they went with the anime was actually pretty interesting to me, but I just went a different direction with
Yeah.
it." 'Cause
It wasn't the
it was
worst filler ending.
Oh yeah, no,
That goes to
it
Soul
was.
Eater.
Hey.
I
Love Soul Eater.
enjoyed the filler ending, but the manga is way better.
That's what I hear. I can't remember if I ever finished it though.
I don't
my
know what
gosh,
Green
it's
Green
really
is, but
good.
I'm gonna watch it.
Is it anything like Red Green?
No, I don't know.
It's definitely not. That was a hillbilly variety show. Don't ask. It was actually pretty solid.
So this podcast has become a 2003 nostalgia podcast.
We're not even like really like adding a lot of like valuable commentary.
We're just being like,
"Oh
remember
yeah,
that?"
that one kicked ass." Like, oh yeah, like what else like could I even really say about this? Like, oh, the My Little Pony, but not the new one, the old one, the 2003 one came out. Not the one that anyone actually had any genuine like interest in, but just like, oh, another girl's cartoon, I guess.
Not the
Oh,
one that
Duck
started
Dog.
getting weird men involved.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those weird men, so like, it's a great show.
Yeah.
Haven't you like not even gotten through the first season?
Me?
Yeah, or is that
Ooh,
Chris?
called
now?
out.
No, I watched the first like 4 or 5
I've
seasons.
gotten to like the second or third season, I think.
Dude, that was my
I don't
comfort
remember.
show in the dark times.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
I mean
was
I've
that
seen every
was
episode, so
was that just a like?
oh, I just outed myself.
Did you commit sin? And then it was like, no, my wife.
Wait, what?
It was like Genesis. It was like Adam and Eve in the garden.
What are you talking
What have you
about?
done?
Wait, what
It
are
was
you
like
talking about?
it was like that moment just resonated to me as like, and then God came into the garden and was like, wait, so Adam, haven't you only seen like the first season of My Little Pony? And
Oh,
then he was
yeah.
like, no, that was not me, Lord. Like that was my wife.
For some reason, I'm very serious about how much content I've consumed.
Still, you guys gotta
I
watch
didn't
the
sin
rest
by
of that
not
show.
watching My Little Pony. My wife
Dude,
did.
I'm about next time you guys visit, we're gonna binge My Little Pony.
I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
I always
sounds
I'm
dope.
totally okay with
I
that.
always wanted to watch more, but it just never happened.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have a wholesome cartoon like weekend coming up since we just beat like the weirdest video game ever.
Yeah, it's true. We may need that
What's the
exorcism.
weirdest video game ever?
Deadly Premonition,
Deadly
and I highly
Premonition.
recommend it.
Okay.
It's garbage, but man, is it
Garbage,
good.
but it's also a masterpiece, and my mind has been completely changed about it, and I'm like, this is actually a really amazing game.
Yeah, it had a really good ending.
What platform? I
I'm just
wonder.
looking at people's names.
It's just really bad, like performance-wise. And
Yeah,
one
it's
of our,
it's
one of-
technically one of the most like critically like debated video games of all time. Like there's a Guinness World Record about it apparently.
I didn't even know that. But
Yep.
my favorite is the fact that we had a boss battle and the final cutscene of the boss like dying just completely glitched out the entire screen and blinded us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, is there supposed to be lightning that's like making it impossible to see? No, there was not.
Yeah, I was 100%
I'm gonna
convinced
send you
that was
guys
supposed to be
a
happening.
clip of it because I took a short video of it.
I know me and Alex Croson went through a time period where our thing was finding video games from like the PS1, PS2 era that had horrible voice acting. Because
This one's PS3,
there's some bad.
but it might as well be PS2 or
Yeah.
PS1.
The graphics are horrendous.
Oh,
They're
that,
so
that
bad.
song that I realized was actually in like English. That like I thought it sounds like gibberish.
I still
The
don't
song is
believe you that
literally
it's
in
English.
English.
I'm sorry, I just don't believe it.
Like you cannot understand a single word of it. And then I was like listening in the credits, and I'm like, they're speaking words like somehow.
I'm not convinced.
All right. Well, before we get to 25 minutes on this recording, I guess we can start this episode of Teen Titans Roll. Okay. So last time you guys ended with Robin trying to shoot a laser at Slade and hit him with it, but it missed, and then he jumped up and they were now facing off. But before we return to them, the rest of the team had it seemed that you guys were rushing back to the tower as you received a communique telling you that you had been compromised and you had nanoscopic probes in your bloodstream. So, Cyborg, if you would like to confirm this, you can enhance the sensors uh, to try to scan for these.
I absolutely would. I attune my scanners to high degree, looking intently at my body, and or maybe somebody else's. No, they're women. I should not.
Well, okay. So you have to build like you've got the exact, like, you've gotten a recommendation in that email to scan along certain um like certain like radio frequencies, but you're going to actually have to like quickly construct the whole ass like thing, like, you know, to scan like a big contraption, if you will.
Just to scan it or to get rid of it?
Just to scan it. Now you could try to get rid of it, but the thing with
I wouldn't know it's gone unless I could scan it.
Yeah, well, you got to scan for it first to isolate
fair.
these.
All right.
things. Getting rid of it might be a longer process.
Well, I suppose you're probably right. It's definitely part of the process that needs to happen. So
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Arcana check, you say? Okay. Let's
Yes.
see that here.
Also, you're not really convinced that you can construct this big thing and successfully scan and do maintenance and like little things like that while like having it scan yourself. So you need to have it scan someone else. In the episode, it's Beast Boy, and they just completely like wave over the potentially awkward issue of put weird suction cups on your female friends by just putting it on Beast Boy.
But now I just stepped him in the left. Oh no. That's a 21.
Okay. Yeah. So who is sitting in the chair with a bunch of wires and weird big helmet on them?
Honestly, I'm kind of afraid to touch Raven, so I think it's going. I ask Starfire that said, would you be willing to do this? I'm gonna have to put stuff all over you. It's gonna be really annoying, but somebody has to do it, and well, the other one's Raven.
For the scanning procedure, it'd probably just mostly be on the face, but lots of machine.
Yeah.
If it will help us find Robin, then yes, I will allow
It's
this.
it's what we have to do. All right, I hook her up.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So, what happens is, after a little bit, you use the advanced scanning components, and you find that yes, and you can project it onto the big screen in the tower, that there are these little probes in all of your bodies, and you see them on the screen there. They're like these little robots. I think they have a little S symbol for Slade.
They did in the show, yeah.
Which is a little creepy, violating. But anyway,
It's a visual
there's
aid.
these little
Visual aids.
Yeah, it's for visual aids or being like 8 and watching a cartoon. Oh no, it's Slade's robots. Anyway, but yeah, they're all these little robots, and they're like they have these little prongs, and they're connected to like a ton of blood cells throughout each of your bodies.
That's a Slade virus. He's inside of us.
God, I hate
the
you
grossed out
said that.
Oh my god.
I have a moment that goes between panic and starting to wonder at how I'm gonna get these things out of there. I just start pacing and holding my head.
Do you think that Slade is also inside of Robin?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that he's gotten inside Robin. No.
Perhaps that
Stop!
is why Robin is.
You're all going to jail.
Indeed, he may even be in both Robin and Beast Boy.
I'm so upset.
At the same time?
At the same time.
Shut up!
Slade can do things that okay, I could probably do what Slade does, but I you know what? I'm a decent person.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the DM a fine, or your character dies.
All right, we have to get this stuff out of there. I mean, I have to think that this in us has to be one of the reasons that Robin's being held, and it just takes away one of Slade's major tools. We have to do this. I'm going to my lab.
So,
which is here.
Right. Well, so Cyborg, you think that given how many probes are in just Starfire who you scanned, you can assume there's about the same amount in the rest of you, and filtering these out would probably take a good chunk of time. You could spend that amount of time, but it's just an equation of, if you spend that amount of time, it's that much longer that Beast Boy and Robin are in the clutches of Slade, and it could take away a bargaining chip that he has against them, but it will take a while, and who knows,
Okay.
maybe if something happens and he finds out, he could activate them
Okay.
prematurely before you
If
have them
I
all out.
blow an MP3, MP3. If I, you know what I mean. What am I talking about here?
EMP.
EMP.
An EMP.
Will it kill them all and we'll just poop them out?
So here's the thing. They are so small, and they are covered by, like, it's almost as minute a question of, like, when someone puts off an EMP to take out the electricity in a town, why doesn't everyone's, like, bioelectricity turn off and they all flop to the ground dead?
It's like
Like
that.
like it's being shielded just by the fact that, like, they're very small. It might be too small for an EMP to pick out, and it's being, like, shielded by all your meaty bits, your skin and blood
Okay.
and musculature
So
and stuff.
can I block the signal transmitter that will be going to these things to set them off?
You could try to do that. You have the
I'll be right
radio
there, guys. I'm dealing with something
interference,
for work.
that's coming out on the nanoscopic scale. You could try to interfere with that signal. It would be a check, and it would probably be a pretty hard check,
Okay, I'm
because you
back.
don't
Sorry,
know
three
everything
people
about this technology.
Can
group
I
have
use
COVID,
Flash
so
of
I've been
Genius
having
on
to
something
let
that's
everybody
already
else
an
know.
intelligence check, you know?
It hasn't been a
I
fun
don't know.
day, guys.
I think you're right.
Okay, I'm back. I'm in. Let's go.
Oh
I
yeah,
gotta
let me
look
see.
it up. Where's my book?
Because it adds your intelligence.
Ah, there it is. Tasha's.
Oh wow, he's looking in a book, an actual book.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay,
The same
see if
reason
can
I
find
don't
it
believe
first.
in using D&D Beyond. I think it's stupid.
I was, like, never, like, interested in it as a product anyway, so I have no subscription that I need to cancel.
Yeah.
When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or saving throw, you can use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to the roll.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it.
Okay. So super
Yeah.
intelligence. Shizwoo.
Yeah. It just costs your reaction anytime you use it. So but I think, yeah, you can double your intelligence.
All right. Well, let's do this, Shiznit. I'm going to try and make a signal transmitter that, one way or another, if it's our solution or not, it'll be valuable. Okay. That is a 35.
Well, that's good, because that was about the difficulty range, because I knew you could roll something that high. All right. Well, so you build this you basically, that, like, each one is transmitting a signal, right? And is presumably, like, it receiving signal back, like, if there's a command for them to do something, to activate or deactivate, they would receive a signal. You have that frequency, and so what you can do, you would really like to get to the transceivers themselves, but there's there's like
Dark and
there's like a
broody.
billion of them, and they're inside y'all's bodies. What you can do is create an active jamming frequency that will allow you to make for that, I will allow you to make when its attempts to be activated, you can make an intelligence check at advantage to interrupt the signal. And if you successfully roll, it will, like, the signal won't get through. It'll be jammed
And if
successfully. It's not a surefire thing, but it is a reliable like anti
good.
signal.
And if I fail, we get to have Aquaman on the team.
Yeah.
You can become the Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
What? Okay.
Who's hungry?
My one of my housemates watches that a lot, and it is quite a fascinating thing from a psychological perspective.
It's bewildering, and I love it.
It is, yeah, it's just legitimately bewildering. Okay, so yeah, you guys have that successfully done. So what are you guys doing? Do you want to try to head back to the area where you think Slade's hideout is and try to find it?
What was that whole the thing that Batman gave us? Was it just coordinates to find the nanobots, or was it a set of coordinates around the city?
Well, it told you about the nanobots, and
so do I know enough about our radius and
general
how far they go?
It gave you general coordinates, and but like not a massively general, like much more specific coordinates for where the hideout is. And he also sent you a very sophisticated search pattern algorithm for basically it cuts out certain things. It cross references with blueprint official Jump City blueprints that about the sewer system, like this is that, so it's not likely that's too small, so basically you think you could find it.
So first thing I'm going to whip out
I think
the
I'm going to
communicator.
try the technology route.
It's like, just try it again.
We go back to last place.
Cyborg, Starfire,
Well, okay, but
come in.
Hold up,
Cyborg, Starfire, come in.
Are we not? Wait, what's your approach? Are we not going to save them?
Yes, but we're going to try and save them quicker by figuring out where they are before we go.
Oh, okay. I thought we had coordinates.
Oh, that.
Well, I mean, you can do it on the move. You can do it on your personal
I like that. Okay.
computer. Yeah.
Let's do that. Do we have anything else we need to plan for before we go? Or are we just going to trust in our signal transmitter and the knowledge that we have? That's about all I got.
If Robin is someplace, I wish to go to where he is and free him.
Yeah, I do too, Starfire. I do too. I just want to make sure we can do it once we get there. We have multiple modes of telepathy. We have flight when they are not that good at flying. We have minions. They have minions.
So if they're not here,
I don't got anything else,
and they're not
so I think we should go. Unless we just want to spend forever in here trying to
cuts
kill
down
these bugs.
on them shrinking
I just
or
realized
them
they
being
have fucking
on
blink
planet.
dogs.
But you.
They're fine. Let's just stay here and watch TV.
I can fight Robin, but I don't think I can fight Twinkie.
Is there a way to? Do we know how he got those things into us? No, we don't. But I like the idea of reverse engineering them, putting some inside Slade, and then when he triggers it, that whatever happens to him.
Starfire just shivers and just looks away.
Okay, let's put that as a plan C. Let's go. Just go.
Okay. All right. So you guys head off back to the sewers to try to find the hideout. In the meantime, while they are doing that, all right, I am going to need you, Robin, and you, Beast Boy, to roll initiative.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, lasers.
Potentially locate them.
Okay.
You guys are using the resources that you would have already used, except for Beast Boy with being like all exhausted and stuff, because that was just like a narrative, like this is how you learn how to. Yeah.
Would the shape changes that I did with training with Slade still be on my character sheet?
We tried.
I want to say from like because they're just like a narrative thing.
Really fast, because my brain isn't fully
I want to
working.
say no,
Who
even though
is
saying
with
yes
Plastic-
wouldn't really probably
Plastic
like
Man?
because you can convert spells into
I can.
wild shape. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right,
guess
right.
he would want to keep you like exhausted and a little cowed. So, I'm not. Yeah.
Do
yeah.
I know?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, each one used 2 wild shape
Because I
pieces,
know
Gotcha.
I would know some people in the Justice League would definitely fit this
but you
bill.
can like bonus action convert spell slot into
So,
wild shape use if you want.
I whip out my
Yeah.
communicator and
So it would
dial.
take 2
homebrew.
spell
Plast-
slots to
no,
transform
I'm not gonna
into
talk
a
Plastic Man. I'm gonna call Agent Agent Moore.
Indeed. All right, now I'm going to roll his initiative. Oh my god. He's going to die. Slade is going to die.
So
I really want to give myself
when
a him
I was
using
trying to take a
dodge
villain
with key
back
points, but I'm not going
to
to do it. I'm not
and
going to do it.
book them.
He
with
hasn't gotten the
police,
opportunity yet. So
some of
all
my
right,
friends disappeared,
We've got
and we're not
okay, we've actually
sure
got Beast Boy
exactly
first with a
where they
19.
went.
Ooh. Okay. I am going to change into an earth elemental.
Not quite like that. Like in a blip of
all
energy
right,
that goes to a
you
singular
friggin'
point.
son of a bitch, yeah, bunch of
They're
wankers.
not coming in through the communicator, so I feel like they might be off world.
Look, if Slade dies, you can find a fancy way of bringing him back as a robot or something.
Or as a zombie, which the actual show already
Listen,
does.
Slade, you taught me how to do this. You ready?
I know. Oh my god. Okay, so let me just get this going. All right, so you turn into an elemental, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you turn into an earth elemental. Earth elementals are large, I think, in size. So you should be like that. And yeah,
people
Slade
are missing
is there.
in a singular
Was that your bonus
energy
action?
blast singular point?
Yes.
I wasn't here for it.
All right. Yeah, what would you like to do?
What can I do? Let me see.
If you could get some
green rock,
one of them more.
I guess I will slam him twice with
all right.
Yeah.
My multi attack.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
Well, they're probably dead at this point.
So I roll up and I punch. Oh!
Oh my
20.
god! Oh no!
Second one's an 18. Kill Slade.
Okay, yeah. So the natural 20 will hit.
Okay, so it's 2d8 plus 5. I'm rolling 4d8 plus 5. That's 27 for the nat 20.
Okay. I mean, this basically just influences whether he'll use certain things before or later. How much he, to use a term from the kind of from the versus community on the internet,
it's
how much he jobs, how much he
still helpful,
smack talks or
kind of where I was
bullshits around versus how much he just goes, oh,
I bet Slade has legendary
backwards in time,
actions.
Or it at least
I bet he has power.
Not if I smash him
narrowed it down
first.
for us.
All right, and also 13 with the second attack.
The second one does not hit.
Oh, it didn't?
That was an 18.
18?
Yeah, no.
Ooh, okay.
No.
So, yep, just 27 then.
Okay. Just 27.
And then is the ground earth? Because I'm gonna go into it.
The ground
Oh no, wait.
is
He could probably punch me still as a
And Beast
reaction.
Boys.
the ground is the ground is like stone, so you could phase into it with Earthglide. Yeah, I think
more of a
moving
mechanical
would trigger it. Yeah. So like you're moving and you move down.
Yeah.
So
I guess I can't
when
go
you-
into the ground like still in his attack range. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
could
like
be.
as
I
you like
mean-
start to shift down, he would like attack you, I guess.
Maybe the car went inside.
That's
the
okay.
car dimension.
I'll just stare him down.
All right. Cool.
I mean, you ever turn a bag inside out?
All right. So
Maybe it's like that.
Maybe
it's just kinda
that is
in the car
your
dimension
turn.
now.
Robin, it is your turn. All right.
Which is more magical, so you should at least understand magic. No, where's Cyborg?
A 13 will not hit. And a 14 will not hit. You fire the 2 blasts at Slade, but he weaves out of the way. Okay. Fair enough. He gets smacked.
And I do have to say, like, specifically when I'm going through Cyborg stuff,
the Earth Elemental,
specifically looking.
He sees those big lasers, and that is his first priority. He is going to use a key point to use Step of the Wind to disengage, and go over to you, Robin, and he's going to try to attack you. This is going to be a grapple attempt. He grabs at your arm, and he grabs the arm with the blaster on it, and twists it so that you're kind of like in that position where he has you kind of like go down to the ground a little bit as he's twisting your arm, and then he's gonna use his second attack, his second roll to attack, and if he hits, it won't do damage to you. It will just break the device on your wrist. If it
I look at the note.
Oh yeah, that is correct. Well, so then the grapple attempt should also be at disadvantage because it's an attack. It's a type of attack roll. So let me just re-roll that to see if he would have missed you. I mean, he didn't have to get that great. He still would have gotten you because you only rolled a 10 total. Because you rolled a nat 1. But the second one also has disadvantage to try to hit your. Wow, I rolled the same thing. He rolls a 29. Oh yeah, I rolled that one. Nope, the second time. He rolls a 29. Rolls. You don't take damage from this attack because he's only aiming to crush the blaster that's in your hand.
Out of all,
and he has you in this way. He grabs you, twists your arm, and then crushes the blaster. And he says, Robin, you think just because there's 2 of you and you have an advantage that you can take me down? That is really the disappointing difference between the 2 of us. You run around trying to stop me and trying to discover the machinations of that mysterious vampire from the government. but you would struggle with even one of us. And you know nothing of the forces that seek to manipulate you. And then he actually, even though he has you grappled, he actually like lets you go. He kind of like pushes you off a little bit. And also, you guys can respond. You can respond at any point as well to his jabs. So, Robin, if you wanted to respond, you could do so before Beast Boy takes his turn.
I can just
Okay.
go. I don't know. I don't think they speak. I don't think they speak.
They speak Terran.
I said something really funny in Terran.
You didn't remember.
I want to go under the ground, and I want to earth glide past him and Robin, Robin, and I want to come up behind him.
All right, yeah, you can do so.
And I want to hit him twice again.
All right. Yep, you have advantage because you are flanked.
23 to hit for the first one.
That will hit.
And 19 to hit.
That will not hit.
17 points of damage.
All right, you hit him again with this across the back with this mighty, this mighty arm. Okay, a 26 will hit. He rolls a 27 to resist the stunning strike. All right. That will hit. All right. He will roll again.
Yeah, get him, Robin!
He rolls a 27 again.
Oh.
I rolled the same roll again.
Not immediate.
Yeah, he resists. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna make 2 more unarmed attacks.
Would only be mostly dead.
All right. Nice. That will miss. The 28 will hit.
What about the other one?
Oh, also, we need to do damage on each of these ones that hit. Okay, fine.
Well, then that one's probably
right.
for Starfire.
So, yeah, so there's 3 that hits. I'll roll for the third stunning strike. A 24 on that last. So he resists all the stunning strikes, but you do get damage for each of those. 31. Respectable. All right, you slam into him, so you hit him, and then
Wouldn't this
you
be
swing up, kicking at
investigation,
him,
since I'm thinking of something?
and you pelt into him, but you don't manage to get
add
to his nerve clusters.
Add another 8 to that. That's 16.
He seems to block and guard those too well. But he does look. It does look like you're hurting him. All right. So, all right, and so you say that to him, and now it is his turn. And he actually seems to be getting pretty angry, which is not like you've never been able to like unbalance him to this degree before. And he goes, he actually, as you kick up at him,
Wally.
part of his mask cracks a little bit.
Do I have his number?
And he goes,
What is this crap? What?
his
Whip out the phone and call Wally West.
So, and he goes, "You're going to wish you hadn't done that."
I kind of like walk away.
A 27 to hit. You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage, and I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Nope, that will not do it. Okay. You are stunned. So he's going to then devote the rest of his stuff to try to stun this fucking rock elemental, which will be pretty difficult. But he's going to do it. So he has his second regular attack.
The bleach?
He rolls
What did
a
I miss?
23 against you, Beast Boy, which I think should hit you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
13 points of
He's
bludgeoning
like, "Oh, I
damage,
washed
although I
it
know
off
that's
with some,
reduced because
vinegar."
you're resistant as an earth
It
elemental.
is.
But I'm going to need you to make a constitution save.
That's 100% how you don't do that.
What's half of 13 round down? That would be.
That's chlorine gas.
Probably 6.
It doesn't end
just
well.
like the, yeah,
Oh,
12.
cool. 6 damage.
Yeah.
That's a.
Yeah, if you
big
mix
walking
bleach
damage.
and vinegar,
So, yep,
it
go ahead
turns
and
into chlorine gas.
Yeah.
Constitution.
Which is
Yeah,
pretty good
so-
for you guys.
Okay, I rolled a 16.
That is unfortunately not enough.
Yeah.
What is
So-
this categorized? Is it paralyzed or
You are stunned, and
Okay.
part of the stunned condition includes a few things.
because I'm
but,
immune to, as an earth elemental, I'm immune to paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, and unconscious.
Interesting.
and exhausted.
Stunned. So stunned creature is incapacitated.
Okay.
Incapacitated, which means that you can't take actions or reactions, and it's not the paralyzed condition. And then also stunned means you automatically fail strength and dex saving throws, and attack rolls
Like there was
against
one time
you
my
have
dad put
advantage.
Comet in the tub.
So the
and
interesting
then
thing
put
about stuns is
Fantastic
it's
on
not
it, and
even
it made
just
like
paralyzed. It's like
some kind of gas.
it's like he's manipulating your ki.
It's
It's not
like a
even that he
cleaning
hits you
product.
that hard. It's that he hits you
But,
in
like,
this way
spraying
that,
them
like,
together just,
disrupts
like,
the flow of
immediately,
energy
like-
throughout your body.
Okay.
And
Like, got him.
You
It's
seize
just
up.
like-
All right.
It
So
was
after doing that,
fantastic.
he successfully stunning you with his first attempt at doing that. He turns back to Robin. He's going to focus more on Robin. Just abusing Robin.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
If that's like
He-
that's like 100% a story he would come back with, though.
Also,
no,
he
I
has
can wait, guys. I can
advantage
wait a little
because you're
bit.
stunned. Not that he needed it. He rolled a natural 20. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And he and on his last unarmed strike, he's just going to make that a shove.
Oh yeah.
He's just going to shove you to the ground with that. I think
Oh yeah.
with a shove.
There was that.
Shove is like grappling. It should be a check. Which is the weird
Second.
thing about stun is that it doesn't give you disadvantage on checks, just saving throws. But he's still going to
There
just
he
try to shove you
is.
down.
How dare you?
An athletics or acrobatics check. So he pushes you to the ground and you fall prone as you're stunned. And as he's doing this, he's like delivering these blows, just like boom, 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 boom. And he says to you, I have much to teach you, but the first thing you have to learn is gratitude. And you're stunned, so you can only like speak falteringly, I believe. But you can kind of like try to respond. Now both of you guys are stunned. It's the bottom of the round, so you don't become unstunned until the end of his turn. So it will go around the round, with you guys just kind of like struggling there. And he will then continue on and say, he grabs your head, Robin, and he kind of just like grinds it into the ground further. He says, I made you my apprentices. All my knowledge, all my power, all for you. But the only thing you care about is your worthless little friends. and he grabs you, and because you can't resist the saving throw, he fucking yeets you, Robin, up into the upper level as his action. He like throws you up into the sky, and you're like, ah, and you land like up amongst the gears up there. And that's his action. So, and then he's gonna use his movement, his like running and teleporting and stuff to pursue you up there. So that's what he does with that round where he had that advantage. It comes up to the next round. Beast Boy, you are unstunned, but they are both gone up to the next level, and you are down there below.
Okay. Okay, let me see. I believe an air elemental can fly, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna bonus action shift into an air elemental. And what can they do? They can also slam. So I'm gonna move into his space and whirlwind.
He rolls an 18.
Yeah.
So, alright, so he's not flung, and he will take half the damage.
Ooh, okay, so half of 7 is...
3.
3 bludgeon damage. I'm guessing that's my...
That's your action. Yeah. It recharges. It has a chance to recharge. Yeah, instead of attacking. So you gust up there. It's this wisp of greenish air, and you create a gust around him, but he stands firm. And as the wind just gusts around you guys, you're pretty much again in like this flanking position, but you're up in these rafters amongst these gears and things, well, there's gears all around you. You're on this platform, and Robin, since it's your turn, you're prone because you were just thrown up here, but you can use your movement to stand up. And well, it's like
I'm in his
it's
space
like
a little.
it's kind of occupying his space, but you're still like flanking. Also, you see that next to you, there's this big like junction, like this control box with a bunch of levers for the different the different gears and the machines and stuff. And they're about the right length and size, like to constitute like like your staff, which you don't have with you because he took that from you, but you could break one of these off and have a staff if you wanted to, which would do a little more damage than your unarmed strikes, I believe, if you hit him. Yeah, because if you use two hands, it's a D8, and right now your martial arts die is only a D6. Mm-hmm. Okay, you throw it. All right, so that is that an attack roll? Okay. And it does the damage and then it explodes. Is that correct? Is that how I gave it to you? Okay. Okay. Just deflect missiles. When you're hit by a ranged attack, so it's actually better that you missed. Because otherwise he would have fucked you with that. Alright. Yeah, so that's a... Well, the deflect missiles. I'm just being fair to you right now. I'd love to throw a bomb back in your face, but that would be funny.
Cocktail. Catch. Aw, they're playing catch.
Mm. Okay. All right, that will take another one of your like attack portions. You basically attack it as you grab it, and you attack it with your foot and break it off, and you like twirl it around. You could use your bonus action if you want to attack more this turn. Oh yeah, flurry of blows has to be unarmed strikes. Actually, all right. Mm. Ooh,
Oi!
so that's the only
What's
one
all
that was
this?
hit. Mhm. Oh shit! Yeah, you're a rogue. Oh fuck. Well, it's still doubling. So, and you throw this thing, it veers off and explodes, and like this whole gear like starts like crashing down to the ground below. Doesn't seem to like that hit that he took from you. He looks at his situation though. If you just hit him like that, and he says, huh. He will use his bonus action to use his shadow step, and he teleports down to the down below, back to the lower level. And you guys are looking at him. So he like teleports and then like drops a little bit, but not enough to hurt him. And he looks up at you both, kind of, observing you, perhaps a little even impressed. But as you guys like turn your heads and you look back at him, he says, "The Titans are so distracting to you two, despite your great potential. Maybe I should just get rid of them." And he holds out in his hand that detonator, and he has his thumb over it. What would you guys like to do? Don't make me a Robin. You're the one with the power of choice right now, aren't you? You can't taunt me, Robin. I've been doing this a lot longer than you. I'm waiting for your answer. Are you two going to be responsible for their deaths? You, Beast Boy? He looks at you.
I am kind of just wavering there. And I just slowly lower to the ground.
Very wise. Robin? And I assume you kind of come down there as well.
What?
Right. So you drop down, he says, "Good boys. And from now on, I'd like you both to call me Master." And it is at that time that the rest of the team arrives. You see your two friends cow before Slade, and then he says that he would like them to call him Master. Now, I would like three of you, Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire, to roll initiative to see where you enter in this in the initiative order.
Okay.
I 7.
Cyborg got
I
a
yell,
7.
"You're going to be calling me Daddy before the end of this day."
Oh no. What the hell? Okay, yeah, 22 for
22 for
Starfire.
Starfire.
So just
I'm trying to think of something to say, but then Cyborg says that, and I'm speechless.
well, but just like in the episode, he will be distracted from his attempt to try to humiliate these two by in the battlefield he's kind of here, and you as an air elemental are there, and Robin, you're there in front of him, but you guys enter through the door. And Starfire, yeah, you want to do like in the episode and just fucking blast the shit out of him or something else?
Well, where am I?
So you are, well, actually you're at the top of the round and it's the middle of the round. So actually, no, we'll just start at the top of a new round. Yeah, so you are. Let me get your token. Okay, so you should have control of your tokens. You guys would have just exited and filed out onto this walkway. And so yeah, and distance is accurate to what it would look like.
Okay.
Slade is like 30 feet from you.
So Slade has them pinned down or something right now?
No, Slade is holding in his hand. He's holding an object in his hand, and they have descended from the level above, and they have just sort of like stood down in front of him.
Okay. I think so. What I'm going to do is I am going to use 2 sorcery points to cast Quicken Spell.
Holy fuck!
And I am going to haste myself
as like a bonus action.
As a bonus action.
Fuck.
And then I am going to fly up to Slade and try and punch that thing out of his hand 3 times if I have to.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I mean, if that is what it takes.
And then she just keeps punching him.
Break his arm.
Let's see, 4. That's a 20, a 20, and a 24.
The wait, are you sure the first one isn't 22?
Oh wait, is that? Yeah, that was my initiative.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. So a 20, a 20, and a 24.
Yeah.
Actually, only the 24 hits.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Now you're trying to. So basically, the thing that he has in his hand, it's a thing that's attached to his wrist.
Okay.
And is like So what I did to let him break Robin's laser was grapple him first, and then use an attack that didn't do damage to break the thing. Because 5th edition is not very great at targeting objects in people's possession or things like that. That was what kind of I stipulated. So you could attack him regularly, or you could make that a grapple check if you would.
Sure, I'll make it a grapple.
Okay, so he has to roll athletics or acrobatics to resist it. So he actually rolls a 25. He just barely like pulls his arm back and kind of like twirls back and faces you.
Okay.
But as you arrive there with like blinding speed and just like throw these punches, he like his eye actually gets wide, and you feel like he's only like you're only missing him because of like his advanced experience. Like he's like stepping and dodging like purely on instinct, to avoid just being wrecked by you right now.
Okay.
All right. So if that's your turn, then Beast Boy, it is your turn. Starfire is here.
Okay. Seeing that, I am very excited, and I bonus action turn into a fire elemental, and I'm green.
Green flames.
And then I am going to go into his face.
Oh boy. Fun.
So when I touch him, I think I do 1d10 of fire damage. Now, when I first enter a creature's space. Yeah.
Yeah, he just takes that, right? I believe so.
Yeah. So he takes 4 fire damage,
All right.
and then
Then
he
you can slam
catches
attack him.
fire, I think, if he's flammable.
Yeah, he's flammable enough.
And then I'm gonna
For now, he is not yet a hell demon that has like a flaming
Not yet.
baton or whatever.
And then I guess am I gonna kill him? I don't know. I'm gonna touch attack him.
All right. Ooh, I'm gonna do the bad touch.
Bad touch. Okay, that's an 18 to hit. First one doesn't hit, right?
No.
Okay. Let's try again. 21.
Unfortunately, 21 is just shy of what you need.
Oh, I needed 22?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But he's on fire.
Yeah. He on fire.
He was not
right.
in me. I was in hit. Wait, that didn't make any sense.
Stop. All right. Robin, it is your turn. All right. Also, you don't have oh, yeah, are you rolling with advantage because you can't flank him because your friend is fire. So just yeah. hmm Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my god. You want to do the kill cinder block move?
Yeah, sweet move.
Oh my god.
Oh
so
no.
oh my god. Okay. Well, so you're holding your action. So all right. So you hold up that exploding disc and look Cyborg right in the eyes. It then becomes Raven's turn. Raven, with your ridiculously high passive insight, you see this look between Robin towards Cyborg and this action, and you immediately know that he is like signaling for Cyborg to do the kill maneuver, basically, as it would be known to you guys by this
Give
point.
us advantage.
So if you want to help, if you want to not help, it's up to you. Either way, it's your turn.
Or...
Man, I wish I could pull off fairy fire.
So they're gonna attack Slade with the
like the overwhelmingly destructive thing
Sonic
that
boom.
like
the
puts
sonic
you
boom
all
attack
into
that
trouble.
exploded
Yeah.
Cinderblock.
What is Slade doing? Like, is he?
He's
Slade
on fire?
is on
I
fire
do know
because
he's
there's
on
a
fire,
green.
but what is he doing?
Well, he's standing there. He hasn't gotten to do anything yet. He's gonna be able to act right after you.
I know I want to try to like, what's the word? Hinder him, if possible.
Yeah.
So that he can't dodge.
Oh boy, this is the exact same. This is playing out exactly the same as what you guys did to Cinderblock. you grabbed him with telekinesis, and he couldn't move, and he was up in the air, and then he got fucking wrecked.
Robin is totally going anti-Batman. He's like, let's just fuck up all the villains now.
Has Slade been doing any verbal spells, or has he mostly been physical?
It doesn't look like he's done. Yeah, very physical.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'll just do the telekinesis thing. That sounds fine.
Okay, yeah. So he has to so you make a check, a spell check, which is going to be a d20 plus your wisdom modifier, which is 10, and he's going to have to make a contested strength check, not to. It's basically like a super grapple. He rolled very high.
Yeah, I need a nat 20. I did not.
So unfortunately you try to wreath him in the black energy, and he starts to be constrained by it, and then just and he like bursts out of it as he like flexes his arms. It's like this anime pose as he just expels the energy around.
Stupid. I'm gonna cast Mind Thrust.
Mind Thrust? Oh yeah, you've done stuff like that in the past, and it is a bonus action.
Yes,
Isn't that like
and it also stops him from taking a reaction until the end of his turn.
Interesting.
Which is more what I was looking for. I'm looking for like debuffs.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
So I'm gonna do that, but it also causes damage.
Yeah.
If they fail the save.
That oh my god. I rolled a natural 20 for a 30.
Jeez. He's too smart.
He's too
Dude's
smart.
cracked.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so he then feels this influence over his mind, but
he does
shakes
take
it
half damage still.
Oh, take half the damage. All right. So go ahead and roll the full damage, and he'll take half of that.
So 4 damage.
Okay, he takes 4 points of damage. He winces a little bit. Okay, it is now his turn. He sees all this happen. He goes, "Oh no, you don't." He lifts up the thing. He says, "Stand down." And he presses. He says, "Stand down," as he looks at Robin, and then he presses the button. All right. So, Cyborg, yes. I would like you to make a contested Arcana check versus his Arcana check, which will basically be like a contest of like whose tech wins out. In this
I'm definitely using a point of the flash of genius here.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Fair enough. His skills. He's pretty good Arcana. He's a very techie guy.
I'm going to steal all his tech.
All right. Let's count to 3. Let's count to 3. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3. He rolled a 19, and he rolled very low, even though he had a plus 10. And you rolled an 18 plus 18 for a 36. He presses down on the button, and you guys, the 3 of you, start to glow for a minute with this like orange light. But then you immediately, Cyborg, like put out this counter pulse as a reaction, and the light dissipates, and he's just like, he looks a little stunned. That was his. That would be. He's really press button. It's like bonus action. It's an item interaction. He goes. Beast Boy doesn't have it. So the 3 of them, it seems that like the light is like not fully activating. It starts to dim again. But you guys start slightly glowing orange, but that's about all that happens. And let's see. Okay, so he would have used his he would have used his bonus action for that, for the item. He looks and sees that that's happened. Goes, ugh.
I look at I glance at Robin and say, just my hand forward and say, boom, yeah.
Okay, well, he sees the situation he is. He still has the rest of his turn. So he and he is going to, he used his bonus action for that, so he can't teleport right at the moment. He's gonna try to run, even though he's gonna take
I'm sorry. It was in he was in my fire at the start of his turn, so he takes
Yeah,
another
so he takes
D10.
fire damage.
Yeah.
Yep. You can roll that.
Yeah, I am.
Alright.
Just 3.
3.
Yeah.
All right.
If he moves,
He takes
I'll
a
get
little
an
bit
attack
of-
opportunity on him.
Yeah, I know, and he understands that, but it's either that or get moved. So he is going to start to move here, and then you get the attack of opportunity. And also, Beast Boy, you get an attack of opportunity as well as he moves out of your space.
Just slam him.
I will explicitly state, for the record, that my attack is a non-lethal attack.
Okay, cool.
With
cool,
fire.
Cool. You can
With
do that.
fire.
I don't think I
No,
can do
the
non-lethal
other one
with
is-
fire.
Yeah, no, you're fire, so you can't do non-lethal. All right. So you okay? So well, Starfire definitely hits. Let's do, since this would be the order. Let's do Beast Boy.
Okay.
Beast Boy's stuff, and then Stars.
I'm trying to think. I see them charging up for this attack. I'm trying to decide if I actually want to like
See this
Attack-
happen.
I guess I'll take my reaction. I don't know, man.
All right. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Like, I'm questioning taking this action, but for some reason I trust Robin. And like, you're the leader now.
Wait. Probably not even gonna hit. Nah,
11 will not hit.
I get advantage,
but-
right?
Well, he moves to a spot where you wouldn't get advantage ultimately, so no.
Well, but he's moving out of the space.
Yeah, but like, so he could move here. The thing is, he could move here, and without triggering your attack of opportunity, and then he could move here, right?
Okay, so yeah, I miss.
Yeah. All right. So, but the 26 from Starfire does hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. I believe that's a D8 for attack.
Well, I guess he would just move across so that he wouldn't spend as much money. Yeah. Either way.
Okay, yeah, D8 plus strength. Okay. Okay. Well, that's the lowest roll possible, and it's a 12.
Oh boy. So you actually miss.
No, I already hit.
Oh no. Oh,
That's
sorry,
the
that was
damage.
damage. So yeah, no, you do 12 points of damage, which, considering what he has, he's still fairly low. I'd say that would still do this, which would be, as he tries to run past you, you swing and you just
Wait, sorry, can I flavor this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I envision the strike because so I envision Raven doing this psychic attack on him and him getting briefly dazed, and I'm already up close, like literally like trying to grab him. So like
Yeah.
I imagine that I just sort of look him in the eye and like headbutt him with my head, like right.
Oh hell yeah!
like skull
So-
to skull, with
Hell
my
yeah,
eyes
so
glowing
he-
green.
Yeah, he steps to move past you, but with your speed, you ram him in the forehead like some sort of Gothzarian goat or some nonsense.
Yeah, they do that.
And you hit him in the head with your head, and his mask cracks, and one side of it, the side without the eye, cracks and falls off of his face. He holds his head as he continues to run past you. He's running to this area below the stairs here. He has plenty of movement to get there, and he uses his he has not used his action. He turns and says, let's see. He turns and looks back at the group, and he looks at Robin. He says, "Another day, Robin. Another day." And he reaches. Oh, you were holding your action. That's true. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, go ahead. So does he? Yeah, yes. Yeah, he's probably gonna use evasion. Oh fuck yeah, that's true. Excellent timing, just superb. Let me see. Another day, Robin. Another day. Boom. All right. Oh my. Okay. Well. So he has he has evasion, so he takes half the damage. Uh. Okay. Boom. He and his mask is actually off at the moment. So in this moment, the light, you throw the grenade, it flies past the part of his face where he where that's unmasked Robin. And suddenly in the shadows that portion is illuminated. It's like that scene in in the Spider-Man movie where the goblin grenade goes off and he's like, oh. It illuminates his face as it also burns that one side of it. Um, this is the side with a missing eye. You see, illuminated in contrast, you see that side of his face has an eye patch on it. His hair is sort of like this mostly brownish color, but there's a lot of white creeping into it. And he has a goatee. You notice that, and that's mostly turned to white. And for this brief moment, you see this part of his face, and you know that he doesn't see you back because that eye is missing. And he takes the damage, and then he like crumples to his knee. Ugh. And then he reaches up to this machine that was behind him. He places his hand over it, and there's this part where his fingers like insert into the machine, and he turns a dial, and the whole room starts to, all of the lights go dark. The screen that was illuminating just turns into this dull red color that it flashes in and out. So there's like moments where it flashes into very dim light only for a little bit of the room, and then into just complete darkness. And you guys and the gears and stuff start to crumble and collapse around all of you.
I didn't even get a turn.
I didn't even get to try to kill him.
Oh.
Well,
You can see a little bit because I'm glowing fire green.
Yeah, that's true. There's this other light source, and you guys do. Most of you, except for Cyborg, have dark vision. So Cyborg, if you would like to still try to like coup de grace him,
I've got a few. The problem is I can't really see him to target.
Yeah, you would need to make a perception check this turn to try to see where he's going, and that would be done at disadvantage.
Right. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I. No, I was gonna see if I could use Vortex Warp on him to get him back in here, but however, I could light him up with some Fairy Fire, so we could either follow him out of here or just know exactly where he is, because that's an area of effect.
That is true. If he succeeds the dex save, then he'd be fine.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty good at those, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it too late for me to do anything?
Well, you already had your turn, so if
Right,
we're still trying
I feel like I've only had one turn this whole fight.
All
Well,
of us have.
all of us have. Some
Except
people just did a
Cyborg
lot.
hasn't even had that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Just double checking.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, I think I'm gonna move in his general direction and hold my action. I have to declare what I'm doing?
Joey, my light,
Yeah.
it's a 30-foot radius, and
Ooh,
he's like
really?
just at the edge of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, can we
okay.
see him?
So you would see him, Cyborg. He would still have movement on his turn. He used oh, sorry, didn't mean to move you. He would have moved a total of 25 feet.
Oh yeah,
He
actually,
would
yeah. Sorry, Joey. It's 30-foot bright light and then
and then dim
30-foot
light.
dim light. So yeah.
Fair enough. So you see him, Cyborg. He then, after activating the machine, he tries to he's gonna do 5, and then he has 30 more.
Gosh.
And he's gonna do 5. Hey, monks, man, they run. um so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's almost off the map into that greater darkness in the side
But
of the room.
can I see
Is
him?
this the same turn that I already like? He already got fire damage because he's still on fire.
Oh,
Yes,
he's
he
on
is. Oh,
fire.
that
I
is
can
true.
see
He is
that.
still on fire. You could see him because he's still on fire. He has not had an opportunity to pat
Okay.
that down yet.
I'm
Wow.
sorry, but he's on fire.
Also, does he take damage when he's on fire on his turn?
Yes. At the
Okay,
beginning
so
of
he would
his
have.
turn, he takes. Let me double check.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So he
1d10
took that.
fire damage.
Yeah, well, so he took that when he started in your space, and then he ran
Yes,
over there.
exactly.
Okay, cool. All right. So he's on fire. So yeah, you could target him with something if you wanted to.
I'm gonna
Cyborg.
go. I honestly think the most efficient thing I could do if it pulls off is vortex warp. I
Okay.
am going to target him, and he has to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So he will roll. He rolls a 14. I assume that will
That will.
fail, right? So he is going to use his Diamond Soul feature to spend a key point to wait. No, yeah, it's been his turn since. Okay. So he's going to use his Diamond Soul feature to spend a key point to re-roll the
Oh,
save.
okay.
He doesn't need legendary actions. He just is a monk.
Monks. They're crazy bosses.
This is, yeah, they're very good antagonists.
Yes.
They stun the shit out of you. If they're level 20, they can just spend key points to re-roll saves all day. All right, but he could still fail. He rolls a 24.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm not quite that high.
All right,
I am going to run for the detonator.
Okay. Well, the detonator. Oh, that would still be on his wrist.
I for some reason I thought it was out of his hand. Okay, laser? Do I see
No.
the laser?
The laser is broken and in pieces.
Yeah, I can put that back together. I'm going for the laser. Where is it?
You're not
Oh,
sure.
I
Cyborg
wasn't here.
chooses
You're right. I
definitely
don't.
the laser over catching.
Yeah.
don't know anything
Also, the room is starting to
Yeah.
collapse. After this round is complete, y'all are gonna have to
Yeah,
GTFO.
we should probably be heading in the direction of the exit.
Which is right behind you.
I
Cyborg.
do say, I want that detonator. Robin, get him.
Kill him. It's like that fucking. It's that meme with SpongeBob. We're gonna kill you.
Well, I mean, do we need to exit behind me, or can we exit just through his exit?
Well, you don't know where his exit is. It's probably through some like air ventilation system or something small like that you'd have to be a monk to get through quick enough. The most direct path out is the one right behind.
I do have. Can make myself really tiny, but
so stupid.
I still think he's much faster than me, and I don't have much hope of that. I start backing towards the exit, but I will be trying to cover everyone's retreat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, like, just inside the doorway, but weapon raised.
Okay. All right, you guys start to run out of the room. Cyborg and Raven, you immediately can get out. And the rest of you are running. The lights only very infrequently illuminate your path as things start to crumble around you. Rocks and gears and other parts of machinery crash down around. You're running. Robin, you're running along, and a piece of the floor that you're running on starts to like break in and collapse. It seems this whole thing is just going to collapse at floor and ceiling. The thing starts to like basically this long piece of like stone in the floor starts to bend up as you start running up it. Also, like, are you trying to pursue Slade, or are you trying to get out? Okay, so fair enough. So you start running up this thing and you jump off the end of it. Um, you're not sure if you're gonna like things are collapsing so quickly, but Starfire, you are there as well. You see him jump off the end of this thing. You can easily grab him
Yeah, I'm
and
definitely
pull him
flying
to
up to
safety.
catch him. Yeah,
Hmm.
I take it and I grab him and I carry him.
Man,
All right, you start to you pull him to safety. Beast Boy, you with your various animal or elemental forms can very quickly get out of
I
the room.
definitely activate my rocket boost so I don't fall through anything.
All right, you guys flee out of this area into the greater sewers and then into the city above as this whole portion of the sewers just sort of collapses. Later on the news, it would seem that like there was some sort of collapse in the sewers and a whole portion of the road caved in, but it was never truly known fully what happened there, at least not by most people. But you guys escape successfully, and you're not sure now what has become of Slade. But if he still is in possession, it would probably be prudent in your mind, Cyborg, to get
Yes,
these probes out of you guys as quickly as
that
you can.
is a goal. Gosh, is there any chance of searching through the rubble for some of his tech? Ah,
Cyborg,
It's
let it
probably
go.
all crushed.
like the technology could have been mine. It's okay. It's okay, my little friends. I'm going to take you out of me and reverse engineer you. And we're
Oh my god.
Jesus.
All right.
That's so weird.
You guys get
Cyborg,
back.
we need more human friends.
You
I have
guys
Robin.
get back. Okay, stop. You guys get back to the tower, and a few hours pass when you successfully extract all the probes out of everyone's bodies. It's just the last of you. It is so uh Raven, you um it's the last one. He takes off the helmet. You have all these suction cups sticking to your face that you can pull off if you want to.
Okay. I guess I do that.
You do that. There's this sound as you pull them off, and you just kind of you're sitting there, I assume, looking kind of annoyed. And you guys have finished extracting all of the probes, and so you are 100% safe from that.
I just
now.
hold up a jar and toss it from hand to hand, and you probably don't see much in there, but you're like, hey, check this out.
Yeah, it just looks like maybe a jar with like a thin film of dust on top. I don't know.
Hey, Robin, go
I'm going
long.
to tackle hug everyone.
No,
What was that, Beast Boy?
I'm going to tackle hug everyone.
Aw.
Aww.
as a big rock elemental, crush.
No, I'm Beast Boy, I think.
Yeah. So as you guys stand there, Beast Boy, as you're hugging them, the thought that kind of like these are the things that jump into your mind quickly. This is the free knowledge that comes to you, whereas like Cyborg might get free knowledge about tech or something like that. You immediately go, oh, we should like this is a moment where um well, I mean, you're all kind of thinking, even Raven, you're pretty much thinking like this feels like a big victory, getting them back and stopping Slade. Like he was trying to do something really, really horrible, and you stopped him and you got your friends back. So even in your heart, Raven, you feel like this desire to celebrate, which is not usually how you feel. Usually, like you want to go read a book after you guys are done with the mission. So, yeah, you could express that if you wanted to, but you don't have to.
Yeah, is anybody making any sort of celebratory plans or anything?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, we are making all the plans.
I walk up to everyone and I'm just like, so should we get some pizza?
Oh yeah.
I want pizza.
Pizza sounds
I
great.
like-
As you guys start immediately thinking about pizza, you start so the three of you, Cyborg,
With
Raven,
horseradish.
and Beast Boy, yeah, they start talking about pizza. As happens whenever you guys talk about food, it becomes a like Beast Boy wants to order a bunch of like the gross vegan or the gross vegetarian stuff, tofu pizza or
Vegetables,
whatever.
tofu, onions.
Like in real life.
and you
Green
and
peppers.
cyborg, you're a little like, oh my god.
You know what, Beast Boy? We can have your tofu pizza. A few slices.
Oh
The
my
rest of
God.
it are mine.
Can't we just get half and
It's
half?
a dream come true.
As those three are kind of discussing that, there's this moment where they're kind of like talking, trying to make compromises, but really also kind of arguing a little bit still, about what to do for food. There's a moment where Robin and Starfire, you kind of look to each other. You're a few paces away in the main room there of the tower. um, you seem to have a few moments to to yourself if you'd like to talk about anything that's happened.
Yeah, I think I've been like maybe nobody particularly but Robin may have been able to pick up on it, but like I haven't really released the tension of the mission quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Yeah.
I'm still kind of on edge, and I look
Mm-hmm.
kind of nervous as I approach him. Um and I say, I am glad you are safe, um fellow Titan. I There was a moment where I thought, I have a question and I want you to answer me honestly. Did did you intend to destroy Slade? I whether I realize it or not, my eyes have started to tear up, and I just release all of that and hug him, and I say, I I was really afraid that I was losing you, that we were losing you.
And in that kind of a emotional moment, you guys kind of then start to laugh again as the other gaggle moves towards you. Robin, what do you want your pizza?
Robin!
I'm sure is. And like I think, like, Robin, you decide what pizza we get, or something like that.
What is anchovies?
You can pick.
Oh
you can
no, she
pick
would like
everything off.
that.
Here, you can have a slice of Beast Boy's tofu and just pick the tofu off.
Extra sauce.
Raven follows them while reading a book.
Hey, Robin!
Come on, try the tofu. You'll like it.
Robin, do you want to have a long flight over the bay later tonight?
What?
I got these. I got rocket boots, and I like to use them with friends. Okay, now you just make me think it's weird. Never mind. I'm gonna go.
Raven, if they ride each other over the bay, you can ride me over the bay.
Whoa,
Cut the scene, cut the scene.
And that's where the episode pans up to the sunset or whatever.
So, anyways, guys, I can catch fire now.
We could use the
Okay.
cartoon closes it on his head.
All right, great episode, everyone.
We're not dead. We almost killed Slade.
I feel like I barely did anything that whole episode.
Yeah, a lot of that episode, I feel like for several of us was like preparing for a lot of hypotheticals, but not really ending up having to deal with a lot of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, man, do I want to use a spell slot? Will I have time to use another one? You know, I only have 2. Yeah, I didn't even get. Barely got to use 1.